Okay, if I can have everyone's attention, we'll go ahead and get started with our post-race press conference for tonight's NRA American Warrior 300 race here in the Nationwide Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We welcome Kevin Harvick, who finished third in tonight's race, driver of the number 33 Bad Boy Buggy Chevrolet. Kevin, talk a little bit about your run out there tonight.
Well, the run was really good. Obviously, it wasn't what NASCAR wanted, so we kept throwing cautions for things. So it's just one of those deals, and the car that caused the caution pushed the car to win the race by us, and we weren't able to get by. But what do you do?
Also joining Kevin is Austin Dillon, driver of the number 3 Advocare Chevrolet, our highest finishing rookie who finished 6th tonight. Austin, talk a little bit about your run out there tonight.
Well, we started off a little slow and came back from a lap down and got our car dialed in a little bit better. We had a third place car and ran 6th with it with cars that were able to get tires there at the end. So it's just it's kind of a bummer. I just wish it would have went green. But other than that, the Advocare Chevrolet, we turned it around.
You need to talk to NASCAR, not me, man. I don't throw the yells. I don't run the races. You know where their trailer's at. Go talk to them. Yeah.
Also joining them at the table is Brad Keselowski, driver of the number 22 Discount Tire Dodge, who finished 2nd in tonight's race. Brad, talk a little bit about your run out there tonight.
Yeah, well, early on I made a big mistake and sped down pit road and got us way behind. And then it was just, a dogfight from there to try to get back going and get a shot back in the race. We obviously took wave around, got the lucky dog, so on and so forth, and found ourselves, stuck in about 12th or 13th till the yellow came out, and I'm sure we'll talk about that later. And that cycled us back to 8th or so, and we were able to come in and get new tires, which we had saved if the race was to play out that way. We put the tires on and made the hardest run we could towards the front. Just didn't have enough laps to really give it a fair go, but just a good effort by my team to work through adversity that I created, and I'm really proud of them for that, and we'll move on to the next one.
Okay, we'll open up for questions. We'll start with Kevin. If you have any questions in the media center, then we'll go upstairs. Any questions for Kevin down here? We'll start with Bob, then go over to Jeff, then Brian.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. Kevin, is it safe to assume that you think Brad threw the water bottle out to cause the caution?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. They put it on TV and showed, and the caution came out the same lap. So, he told me after the race, he said he never thrown a water bottle out, and you know what that means. So, it's just... Hell yeah, he told me it was intentional. So, it is what it is. So, sleep good tonight.
We'll take our next question from Jeff.
Jeff Gluck from SBNation.com. I guess ESPN said that the water bottle wasn't the reason, from what they'd heard, for the caution. Did you have any other information as to if it could have been something else, or from your understanding, was it that caused the caution?
Maybe just a coincidence that it fell out of his car.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Brian.
I'm going to go in a completely different direction, Kevin. You all night long were running at the very bottom of the racetrack when it seemed like nobody else could hold it down on the bottom. I mean, were you able to? They were speculating about maybe hooking the left side tires down on the bottom, or how were you able to keep it down on the bottom?
Well, we had a really good car, and we were able to, get good restarts and things all night, and as the tires get worn, you can't push the pedal down as hard as you can as you could on new tires, and 6 was getting a good push, and they were able to get halfway up beside the door and kind of pull me off the bottom getting in, and weren't able to get a good run up off. So it's they just drove by me coming off of 2, and that was it.
Understand we have a question from the press box.
Question for Kevin Harvick, Wolfgang Munzer from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. Kevin, it's a follow-up from the last question. You led the majority of the race, I think 157 laps. Do you were concerned that maybe you get some troubles with the tires at some point of the race? There was a very big gap for you, for the followers. You were leading with a really big gap. And the second question is, how was the track later on when it became dark compared to the beginning? Was it still very sticky or
our car
slippery?
Didn't change a whole lot. We had to tighten it up just a touch as we got going to dark. That was really the only adjustment that we made all night.
Okay, but do we have any final questions in the media center for Kevin? All right, Kevin, thank you very much for your time tonight. Do we have any questions in the media center for Austin? Any questions for Austin? Austin, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on your run tonight. Do we have any questions in the media center for Brad? Jeff, we'll take a question right here in the middle from Brad.
Yeah, I mean, on pit road, it seemed like you didn't know even what this was all about, and you had no idea what he was even talking about. Can you explain what your perspective is of this?
Sure. Well, if the water bottle would have been the cause for the yellow? I mean, it went out of my car 15 to 20 laps before the yellow came out. So, I don't know the verbatim what lap it was, or what specifically what lap it was, I should say. So I guess that's why I was caught off guard with the comment that the water bottle caused the yellow. From there, like I said, I don't know why the yellows come out. Yellows come out all the time in the race without an explanation. That is what it is, and that's not a question for me. That's a question, for everybody that runs the show. So, I'm sure they felt like there was a reason, and they threw the yellow, and that's their right. That's their their job as the sanctioning body at NASCAR. So, any questions to that need to go to them. Do I feel guilty for throwing a water bottle in my car? No. I mean, everybody throws that stuff out the car. And you watch on lap 15 or 20 when the sun went down, tear-offs and water bottles go out of every single car. That's how racing works. If you go down in the infield of these tracks, I'm sure after the race you'll find 20 water bottles. It's just what it is. NASCAR knows that, and if they decide to throw a yellow, that's their prerogative. But most times they don't. So, that's their call. I can't speak for NASCAR. But I'm not going to say I didn't throw a water bottle in my car. Heck yeah, I threw about 3 of them out through the course of the race, and I do every race, and will continue to do so. And I think most of the field will. So I mean, that's I don't know how the two are linked together without NASCAR saying so. So that the questions need to go to them, or Kevin's questions do, not to me. But I can understand. Kevin being frustrated. I would be frustrated too. I was very frustrated after Watkins Glen when I had the dominant car and didn't win. But sometimes in racing you do everything right and it just doesn't work out. And if you're not mad about it, you're not a racer. So how can I sit here and bash Kevin? Kevin's a racer. He had the best car and didn't win. If he wasn't mad as hell, I would personally be mad at him because that's his job and that's why he's a great racer. So just give him some time and he'll figure out the situation with NASCAR and. Cooler heads will prevail, and that's just the way it is.
Any final questions for Brad? Bob?
Bob Pockert, Sporting News. After that caution, did you feel like you had a chance to win the thing, and how amazing would it have been possibly to win after being 2 laps down?
It would have been great, but I just didn't execute the way I needed to around Ricky, and he did a great job, and that's racing.
Any final questions for? All right, Brian, go ahead.
What do you take away and tuck away for tomorrow night?
Well, the track is certainly slick, and obviously I need to not speed down pit road. That's a big takeaway. So, always something to learn.
Any other questions? Brad, thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you, guys.
Congratulations on your run tonight.
Glad I could provide you all some drama.